Are we on here?
Mr. Knuth, how you
hello,
doing?
folks? I'm great. How are you?
Doing fine.
Good to be back.
Fantastic.
Good to be back on video.
We thought maybe you had a flat tire or something.
Well, it has been known to happen.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been great. How you been?
Good. Did you bring the bike out?
I did.
Nice.
Oh, it's a beautiful
It
day.
is. It's a beautiful weekend ahead of us.
Have you been enjoying the cool mornings?
Uh-huh.
You know, I never wish summer to end early
I don't either.
because I don't. But I'll tell you, these cool mornings have been getting me in the mood for some Marzen season.
That's right. Couple
Little
brats on the
Oktoberfest.
grill.
Oh yeah.
Little polka music.
Yeah.
Your spot for the your bash coming up.
Yeah,
next
end of summer
Saturday.
bash.
End of summer bash. Cheers.
Cheers! Right over the equipment.
Yeah, right over the $5,000 Air 3. I used a polka song from the band Cousin Fuzzy and Its Cousins.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a nice little
I love
upbeat, old stuff. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of Oktoberfest, so we have a lot to talk about today. We have Oktoberfest. We just brewed our second batch of Marzen, which is our Oktoberfest beer, on Wednesday. And so that's our second batch. We got the first batch into a lager intake, and have I told you about these lager intakes?
That's what I wanted to bring up this week. The different style. Or
Yeah, so this is
how
the
it
first
works.
time we bought, when we moved over across the street, we bought these, they're called horizontal tanks, and they're designed specifically for lager beer. And of course the Marzen is a lager beer, so it's cold fermented, takes longer to age, but these tanks are designed specifically for that. And we just bottled and kegged our Pilsner. That was the first time out of that lagering tank too. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited because it really does make a better lager.
It enhances it.
Yeah, it enhances it.
So how does that work then? Tell the listeners and the viewers how we were talking off air last week.
Well, so the cool thing about lager is we'll leave a little bit of yeast in there even after like the primary fermentation. We'll chill that beer down to 30, 33, 32 degrees. But there's just a little bit of yeast in there. And that yeast, like, kind of think of it as like a scrubber. That yeast will continue to clean that beer up. That lager yeast does. It kind of like gets rid of all the off flavors. And
it's like the zebra mussels in Lake Winnebago.
It is kind of like the zebra mussels, yeah. Well, with like our normal tall tanks, you know, with the cylinder. So there's those are great. But there's not as much surface area for that yeast to clean that beer up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where now on these horizontal tanks, you know, you've got the horizontal going this way, so that yeast bed is all along the bottom of that horizontal tank. So there's much more surface area where the yeast touches the beer and it kind of cleans it up.
So you have less of a hangover?
Less of a hangover.
Oh wow, it's almost healthy for
Yeah,
you.
I mean, there's 0 calories.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
I think it cures every kind of cold.
Yeah.
Every kind of
Your cuts disappear
Yeah,
overnight.
yeah. It's
Beautiful.
it's the
Love
fountain
it.
of youth.
You don't get gray hair. It
Yeah.
reverses. Yeah. So,
So we got that going on. And I had something else I wanted to, and now I lost it, so I'll just have another sip.
yeah, you'll remember it after that. So the yeast took it away. Your end of summer bash coming up.
End of summer bash.
It's a huge deal.
Big deal. Copper Box headlining on the big stage next Saturday, 6 to 9 p.m. And then we have the Charlie and Howard Country Rock Duo also next Saturday from 2 to 5. It's Ripon College Move-In Day. So there's and then Ripon's they've got like their big concert of the Village Green. They have an extra show on Saturday. So next weekend, I would just put on your calendar to be in Ripon.
Oh, next weekend's the move-in day. I was going to say this weekend that would suck.
Yeah,
80 some degrees and 90. That always hits right around that time. But got Packers tomorrow on
Packers
Saturday.
tomorrow. Gosh, I love the Packers.
I did great.
Speaking of Packers football, Badgers football is coming up. My
Next
wife
Friday.
and I, we went to Dubuque, Iowa last year. I don't know if I told you about this, for our anniversary.
Yeah.
And we got married in September, so it was just the beginning of football season, and Iowa State was playing the Iowa Hawkeyes. And we stumbled into this little bar right in Dubuque, and they had like this courtyard, kind of like my beer garden, right?
Yeah.
It was so unassuming, but we walk in there and it's just packed with people, and they're all Hawkeye fans, right? And they've got a big screen TV set up out there. They're selling buckets of beer, And then they've got the Iowa Hawkeye versus Iowa State football game on, which is a big deal over there. It's like the Wisconsin-Minnesota game for us probably.
Absolutely.
And the coolest part is they had some old guys playing the trombone, the snare drum, all the marching band songs. So like every time there was a touchdown, they would get the fights. Yeah. So ever since I saw that, we're gonna do Badgers in the Beer Garden.
Are you?
At our place, yeah.
Are you going to do it on the first game on Friday? Or?
I don't know. That would require a lot of planning, and I'm
because your bash is the next day.
So
sleeping through your own party.
Probably not the first one, but I'll get back to you. We're going to do a few games this year for sure, and we're going to get the band out there, and it'll be fun.
I would definitely attend that. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Do a little cornhole throwing.
Cornhole, yeah.
Do you have horseshoes out there?
No horseshoes.
Because that would take up. You can't really move.
We have washer toss. We have the giant Jenga, giant Connect Four, and then of course the putting green.
Oh yeah.
Which I saw a kid. We have. I always keep wondering. Like I feel like we started the season off with like 8 putters and about 2 dozen balls, And I feel like every 2 weeks I've got to go to Play It Again Sports, and like these kids, they're breaking the putters somehow,
Well, they're learning how it is to golf. They're just.
Yesterday, I'm in the back, and we've got a window back where I bake the bread and stuff. And if you know what, it's our beer garden. It kind of goes up on the hill in that back.
Yep.
Well, I see a kid up on the hill, and you have to climb over the retaining wall to get up. And there's this kid, and he's got his club, and he's just slamming that golf ball, and I'm like, okay.
I thought you were going to say maybe he took one of your food trays and he had some butter and he was going to go sliding down the hill or something. No. We should have mini sled races this winter.
We can make it happen.
Some lunch tray races or something. That would be good. So, anything else you'd like to add today?
I don't think so. End of summer bash, Copper Box next Saturday. Be there or be square, and
then all the fall events start. Lots to talk about there.
Brewers are still in first.
They are.
They're crushing it.
Packers' first home preseason game tomorrow. Looking forward to that. So. It's a good time.
102.3 The Bug, right?
You got it. Packers preview at 10.
Radio Network.
Packers Radio Network. Packers preview at 10. Kickoff at noon.
Love it.
All right. Cheers.